Welcome everybody to the next episode of View from the Pen. This is episode 14. Obviously, last week we decided to have a little break, give us a little break, but we're back now. And obviously, after this weekend's game, it was obvious who the two guests should be. Two scorers, Harry and Tommy. You right, boys?
How we doing? Yeah, all good, lads. All good.
Yeah, good, mate. Good. I think Tommy, you still watching the clip of your goal? Or you...
Oh, mate, I've been watching it every morning.
Right. Anyway, so before we get on to the obviously the two goals, let's just start by talking about the game. Obviously, I wasn't there. Frank, you was there. I watched it on
Yeah,
the video, but how was the game overall? Do you think?
I think we started brilliantly. I thought we started absolutely brilliantly. We was in their face, really high up. I thought we were going to get an early goal, and then after about 20 minutes, they did start to take over just a little bit. At the end of the first half, second half, I felt personally like it was all us. I thought if someone was going to score, it was us. I just didn't anticipate us waiting until the 88th minute, and then all hell's breaking loose. I have never. I don't. I've been to many games, obviously higher level than this at Chelsea, and I don't recall such drama in the final 6 minutes of a game. I can't recall such drama, mate. Where like the goal, obviously Prince's goal, and you think, lovely, we've done it. And I thought we were going to go on and get a winner, to be honest. And then when they went up the other end and scored, we were like, I thought we was going to be like some sort of internet meme, like crazy fans all jumping on the pitch, only to like, and then you play that wah, 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 music. That's what I thought it was going to be. With
I
our
think the
faces
only,
looking
I think the
miserable.
only, the only benefit from them going and nick another goal is that Tommy comes up for that corner. I think at
Yeah,
1-1, if we get a corner, Tommy might
yeah,
he
yeah,
probably stays put.
yeah. He don't
Um,
come up. Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, it was. I mean, Jace, I was gutted for you. You weren't there. I mean, it was absolute chaos in the last 5 to 6 minutes, as Frank said. But yeah, I agree. I think we started really well. Um, there was a few shaky moments from their back line
mm,
where we probably could have got in behind.
yeah,
But we set up a little bit different with Malsey up top, so that was a new kind of setup for us. But then yeah, Thorpe kind of grew into the game as the half went on, and I think looking back at the highlights, I think we done well to stay in it at 1-0 at half time. Tomo made a few staves, they hit the post. Um, but again, it was a really sticky pitch. It wasn't a nice day. And then second half, I think we just dominated. And on any other day, um, I think we'd be going mad about my free kick, but Tomo's absolutely stole the show.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, I was absolutely gutted. I wasn't there. I think, to be honest, my non-drinking marathon training would have changed if I was there that day. To be fair,
Yeah, I was gutted we didn't have a coach on the way home because it would
mate,
have been
ah,
absolutely rocking.
the coach would have
what
been
a day.
electric. Yeah, so obviously watching the game on the VO, I noticed, I don't know if it was a conscious thing or not, but we seemed to be playing a real high line. I don't know if that was a thing that you planned or it just happened naturally, but it seemed to me we was playing really hard up the pitch, nice and positive, which was good to see. Obviously, there too.
Yeah, though. I mean, there wasn't any instruction to play high. Not that I was aware of. I don't know about you, Tomo, but um, we've had the discussion about playing high because Salter isn't the quickest on the turn, so he likes to play a little bit deeper. Um, but I think looking at their number 9, he was a handful, but he probably wasn't gonna spin off you and run kind of thing. So I think the back four done well, probably reading the game, knowing that he wanted to drop and get the ball, so it allowed them to sit a little bit higher. But
I
yeah,
think
I think we probably first half we gave them too much confidence and let them play. I think second half we took the game to them and showed that we can compete with the teams up in the top four.
What do you think, Tom?
we played quite a high line and against a team that we knew was probably going to come down the middle, putting balls over the top. I think our line was a bit too high at times. And both goals, even the goal that got disallowed because of offside, all three of them were balls over the top
Yeah,
Yeah,
into the area that we sort of knew that was going to come. But it's all learning points, isn't it?
yeah,
It's season's
yeah.
learning
It's
curve.
just
So
having that balance between playing too high and too deep, as you say.
yeah. I felt like I say that we had a lot of success, like Harry said, we had a lot of success early on with balls over the top, and I thought, like I say again, untrained eye, you know what I mean, just a fan on the sidelines going, this is what you should be doing. But I felt like there was a lot of room behind their left back, especially. I thought Jack had him, you know, every single time. When them balls were going over in that first 10 minutes, we got in quite a few times, and I just felt we stopped doing that a little bit and stopped doing what was working, if you know what I mean. And that's why they kind of then got their foot on the ball and they started to grow in confidence. And then we dropped back 10 yards, and it just sort of gave them the first half, really. But yeah, second half, like I,
Yeah,
said, I watched the video and I don't remember it being like that. Being there, I felt like the second half was all us. Watching the
mm,
highlight, it wasn't. They did. Tommy still made a few good saves, and they were still in there. But I don't know why. I just always had a feeling that we just being on the pitch side, I felt that the second half we were going to score. If anyone was, it was going to be us. And yeah, it was just mad that it all came so late. Tom, when you
yeah. I
went
think
up for
that
the header, did you fancy it, Tom? When you went up for the header?
Oh, mate, straight away, yeah. Soon as I was going up there, I was like, stick it on my head.
He knew he was going to score.
I've got to
you know
say,
what I grabbed the ball because I don't know why, but the geezer, he's actually my mate, plays centre half for Thorpe, and he's headed it out, and I grabbed the ball and I thought all I've got to do is just. I was trying to put the corners because we had quite a few corners. I was trying to put them in
yeah,
around the keeper because their two
yeah.
centre halves was eating absolutely everything, um, and I haven't put the best ball in, but somehow Tomo's just come out of nowhere and kind of leant backwards and just absolutely pinged it off his head. and and you just see the reaction from everyone. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The ref blows the whistle straight away, and it's just complete chaos. Um,
When you run over to the fans, that looked like carnage. Who was the one swearing at them? Was that Michael?
Michael, yeah.
Someone was going mental.
Because what it
I love
was
that.
when Princey scored, obviously it was similar scenes. You know what I mean? They came to the
mm,
crowd. It was pandemonium, but there was obviously still 5 minutes to go. So what happened was when obviously I think we lost our heads a little bit because if their goal, it was a great pass by the way for their goal on the outside of his boot. The geezer, fair play to the
mm.
assist, but we lost the header, didn't we, from a throw on? It was a nothing throw on. And I think we had about two or three go up for the same header, lose it, and then they
Yeah, I
were
was
in
one of
kind of
them.
thing. It was just a bit of a mad, you know what I mean? Everyone got caught in the moment. You kind of lost a bit of organisation, which is completely understandable. But what happened was when they scored, one of their players, I think it was the one Mike took exception to, he came up to us and doing all
Mm.
that what you're saying now kind of thing. So when Tommy scored, everyone's going mad and celebrating, but Mike was like, "Nah, sod that. You." He's going, "What are you saying now?" In typical Mike fashion.
Brilliant. One for you, Harry. Was it a cross?
You know what,
Oh,
mate? If
it's
you look at the
outrageous.
video, there's probably 5-10 seconds just before I hit it. I have a little turn to Jono because Jono's telling
Mm,
me, mate,
drill it.
you've got to drill it and stanch it basically. And I said, yeah, I don't know what was said, but I'm in my head. I'm thinking this could go anywhere. And it's so late on in the game. You want to make every kind of opportunity like that count. So I was going to set it up as a corner and just kind of put it into an area. And then I had Covo Senior come down the line screaming at me, "You got to drill it, you got to drill it." And yeah, I don't think I could have hit it any better. It's absolutely
Rocket.
rifled over the keeper, over the centre half, and gone straight in the top bins. And yeah, I just run straight to Jono because he just absolutely went mental at me.
Yeah.
Um,
He
I
was
love
claiming
it.
that goal, mate. He was claiming that goal
yeah,
because I was stood
yeah,
right next to John and he was going, "Yeah, Harry, you just got to drill it. You just got to drill
yeah.
it." And everyone was like, "I'm going to drill it." And then I was literally right on the corner of it and it was just right down my, oh, mate, it was a shot. I can assure you it was a shot.
Yeah,
It was a beauty.
it was a
Well,
shame really that the VO was on the other side because
Yeah,
it would have
you
just
have had it.
captured everything in the
yeah,
last 5-6 minutes, and it would have been
yeah.
chaos.
No,
I,
Um,
lo- I love it. So you got Tommy's run up the pitch. Obviously, that was me taking him out running, and then you scoring was Jono. So love it. Love that. Right. So what we got coming up this weekend? So we've got a cup game this weekend. Obviously, people might not know, but Tommy, you're away for a couple of weeks, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I'll be back on the second, third, the Sunday,
So
whatever.
I'm sure Kev and John have got someone lined up. Not sure who at the minute, but yeah, I'm sure they've got someone in. Obviously Belle Vue. So we played them. Was it 2 weeks ago we played them.
There's been a couple. It was 2 games ago, wasn't it? Probably a few weeks ago though. Frozen pitches.
I think. Look, that was an easy game, but I fully expect them not to be the same when they come back this Saturday. I don't know about you.
I saw they had a good result last week. Yeah, they've had a good result last week. I think they beat a decent team 4-2 or something like that. So I think, like I say, with non-league, you just never know, do you? Because, like I say, players go, they're on holidays, they're at work or whatnot, so you never quite know who you're facing. I fully expect a much harder game than we had away, because that away game, I don't think you boys came out of second gear, to be honest with you, and you beat them 4-0. It was quite a straightforward win, but cup games are different, aren't they? Yeah.
I do feel like, though, if the boys play with the mentality they have been recently, I feel like we can beat anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone.
No, I agree. I think I was looking at earlier. I think there's last 16 of the cup, and there's 7 Premier teams still in the cup, including us, obviously. So I think we've got a chance. I think the cup competition, obviously the league, we're not going to do much in the league now, but the cup, I think we've got a real good chance of going far in this cup. I don't know about you boys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I think like Frank said, you never know who's going to turn up on Saturday. But I mean, I was speaking to Kev on the way home after the Thorpe game. I fancy us against anyone coming to our place.
Yeah.
Especially now that and I spoke about it before, like consistency of the squad. There's a lot of competition now for places, especially like I would say down the flanks where you've got like Sharky, Louis, Lewis, you got Faith, Calbeck can play there. There's a lot of competition. Owen coming back on the wing, ZZ. So it's good to have that, and I think taking, like Tommy says, the momentum into this, especially at home, with probably a half decent crowd on Saturday, it should be. I can't see anything else but us winning. But again, you have to take every game by the scruff of the neck and just ensure that we turn up. But I think the way we've been and unbeaten in the last 5, I think it's all in our favour to continue it. So
I think,
totally agree.
I don't know how you guys think of it in terms of playing, because obviously you just play the 90 minutes and you try and win every game. But I think a cup game kind of, when we had the start we had, like you say, with the inconsistency of the lineup and, one player on the bench, and because we're a brand new club and stuff, we obviously lost a lot of first early games. So it's been really hard. And I don't think the league position is justified for what we've actually achieved, considering where we are now, if that makes sense. So in the cup, I think it's a great opportunity for you boys to show what the level we are now, if you know what I mean. The league is, we're showing 10th, 11th, but that's not a real position based on the squad we have now. Definitely not.
Yeah, I think similar to what you were saying. I feel like when we started this, people were a little bit worried about us, East Thurrock, big club, blah, blah, blah. Even though we knew we're totally separate to the previous club and it's going to take time to start. But I think now we're showing that I think people will genuinely be worried about us. And I think going into, if we continue this form throughout the rest of the season, we've got a tough February, but at the end of the season, we should be better. I think going into next season, people have big expectations of us. And I think we'll have it of ourselves as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the attractions there as well from players that probably at the start of the season see that there was a bit of noise, but again, you was going in at a level that wasn't really known. Some players didn't want to drop down a level because of, say, money, or they think that they can still play, say, step 5 or 4. But I think, going into next season, I think there'll be a lot of attraction from players, especially getting minutes at these kind of Essex senior clubs or furlough none clubs. Because again, there's such a media attention to the club. It allows for especially the younger boys to use it as a platform to be noticed, and if they consistently perform, then you will be noticed in non-league. So I think it'll be good for us going into next year. I think this year was a huge building point for the club, and if we can have a cup run, imagine that Tomo scoring in the final.
Yeah. Frank will have to make a new song up for a cup final.
Oh mate, I've been thinking all week. Don't worry about that. I'll pull something out. Don't worry.
I reckon if we it'd probably be a record crowd for a Step 7 Cup final. I can imagine there being a good few hundred from us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, anything can happen in the cup. But yeah, it'd be great to keep it going, and it gives you kind of an incentive to keep turning up because yeah, like you said, the league is done. There isn't anything
yeah.
more we can do. Just ensure that we finish on a positive. A point don't really do much for us from Saturday's result. Kind of leaves us in the same position. But again, it's still key to keep that momentum going. And I think yeah, Saturday will be good.
Yeah, and I think just ending on that point, obviously Saturday, uh, please come down and watch the boys. I think Tommy and Harry will tell you exactly how much it means. We're going to these games where they've got no fans, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. They haven't got any fans, and I think it makes a massive difference. Get down by the pitch. I know it's going to be wet. I know it's going to be muddy. Get in the pen. I'm sure when Harry scores a hat trick on Saturday, he'll run over and do a celebration. Um, but yeah, I think we'll call that a day there then, boys. So cheers for joining us. Tommy, have a good holiday.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
Don't do anything silly and hurt yourself. And
Oh, well.
see you Saturday. So before we go, this episode is sponsored by British Gas. We can't do nothing without our sponsors, so thanks for that. And we'll see you Saturday. Cheers.
Thanks, lads.
See you, boys.
Take care.
See you later.